Welcome to AnishforU, and today we're going to build this particular building. Obviously, this is not the first time we're making this type of building. This is a normal building, but there is a lot of decoration, lot of stoning or stone structuring happened here, and most of these material are from Ashland. So it is basically a Ashland build, and as you can see here, it is quite big. Obviously, if I make it particularly for any gameplay perspective, it is not feasible, but it's quite good looking building. And inside also there is a lot of space inside, and as you can see here, there is a sleeping quarter, and there is some throne. There is the armor, new armor, a lot of food, this gilded table, a lot of potion. Obviously you need a lot of potion for Ashland, and obviously there is a huge number of food items and all that. Aside, these corner is arranged for this food and all that, and these storage unit, a lot of storage here. And upstairs normally our structure, our crafting stations and all that, so we're going to go upstairs. So it's quite compact in that sense. So this is the biggest thing. The forge, it had a lot of update or lot of items. These black forge, artisan table, and normal workbench. So other than that, there is nothing else. These builds obviously not for a base building. It is obviously not a base build, but it is quite compactly packed with a lot of stuff. These doors, both sides, actually the fourth side we had doors, so there is some chair around the benches around it, and obviously I'm using these plant all mod for these plants and all that. Other than that, I didn't use any kind of mod. Only I ever use whole radius or these plant mod so nothing else. So the basic structure is quite simple. If you already make a lot of big house in Valheim, you actually already prepared it beforehand, but there is a lot of decorations, structural changes and all that. So this is a 6 beam in this front area. This is a front area, so there is 6 beams, so means 12 meter, and the side actually is depend upon how much room you need for this particular building. So I took a lot of space, so you can take like 339, so there is 9, 10, 11, 10, 11, 12, 13 till 9, 10, 12, 13, so around 13 means 26 meter in length. So that's quite long in that sense, and we're going to put these iron beam underneath like that, and obviously you can put more support for this structure, but I don't think you need that much structural strength here. So this is 4 beam, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 beam, and there is a 1 meter beam, so this is total of 9 meter in height. And then we're going to go for the slope of the roof, so it is quite easy to make that. And we are going to use the 45 degree, because obviously the stones roof are, every one of them is 45 degrees, so there is no 26 degree roof, so that's the reason. So these columns are going to be connected with the connected to the roof, and for roofs support and all that. Other than that, you don't need a lot of structural strength, and this is 5 meter in height here. So the side portion is 5 meter, the main portion is 9 meter. Obviously this is quite 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so actually we need 4 beams, so here it is go. So as you can see, we are going to erect all those structure and connect it with the top portion of the building. So almost all the structure has been done. So we are going to extend this middle part, and all the way up to the top, because it actually gives us another set of strength, or give us some structural strength. But this Ashland building doesn't require that much strength. Doesn't mean that you can make it much higher than the normal stone structure, because it doesn't. Yes, I think that's enough. So we're going to connect each totality. We're going to connect it like that. So there is going to be an empty structure, not empty structure, a frame of iron beam, and this way, or this particular way, actually you can measure or you can rectify any problem, like any mishaps you've done previously. So you don't have to destroy a singular part of the building, you just continue build it like that, and then you can just fill it up with stone structure, roofs and all that. So this is quite interesting way to build, and I already built a lot of building like that. So it is nothing special in that sense. But after Ashland, I think this is the first time I actually using it. So that's it. Now we're going to fill up the place by placing the stone and the black marble. So it's going to be a zigzag motion in that way. So it can be easily placed like that. So here it is. quite easy to make. And now we are placing the empty space with the black marble. It actually gives us a very nice look, and we already use it a couple of times, but for this particular building I am going to use it again. Normally the floor structure or the flooring of the new Ashland uh, thing, I don't like it that much. It is slightly more modernish looking, and so when I make a structure that demands a stone not stone wall, means a stone floor, I think black marble and the normal marble actually works quite well. This actually looks quite nice. And for the side wall, as you can see here, one 2x2 these 2x2 wall, we're going to put it like that, and it's quite easy to fill up because these structure, these stones are quite sleek and quite nice looking. So as you can see here, it can be easily placed. So now we are going to finish it off we have a provision for this door, and we're going to do it like that. And before that, we're making a particular window. Here it is, like that. So we need these small arches, and we're going to connect it like that. So that's our two windows side by side. So it's quite nice. Obviously, if they give us a 1 by 1 meter stone structure or the stone wall, actually it's going to be easier to fill the gap between them. But it's quite nice that they gave us plenty of structural material to make a brand new style of building. So that's enough for me. And this particular update also very much impactful for the game, because it is quite hard to complete the Ashland. If you play in co-op mode, then you can also enjoy it more. For single player, it's quite hard. I die a lot of times, so that's it. So after completing it, you have to put these you can put these small beam. It actually looks quite nice, and it's actually covered the ugly looking this iron beam. So look of this structure is quite nice, I can say that. So as you can see here, there is some problem with this beam, so we are going to erect it 2 meter, and we're going to cover it with this big column, and we're placing it like that. Sorry for that small beam. So like it, we're going to cover it up here and also from here. Also placing these particular beam or column are quite nice. It actually works quite nicely. These arches actually makes a lot of problem if you are not placing it properly, but other than that, I never feel any problem or face any problem. The small arches works quite nicely, and you can make a lot of modification here and there to make it look good. Now we're going to place this particular. This is slightly tricky because it actually does not properly snap in in the side of the door. So normally these arches are quite problematic to build, and we are now going to make a horizontal big beam structure here, and that's actually works quite well. So we are going to put some support here to put these roof. Actually, I think I have to make it slightly outward. Okay, here. I think now actually it works. I actually make it slightly inward, so that's the problem. And it works quite nicely. The roof actually looks quite good in my taste. Actually looks very good and better than the previous version. But it is obviously very problematic to build because it is a stone structure. For this roof part, actually quite heavy, and it needs a lot of support. So unlike the normal wood roof or previous roofs, it requires a lot of support to support to survive actually. And we're going to place these small column like that, and we're going to cover it in both ways. Actually looks quite nice. That's actually coming from the reference photo what I'm using, so it's nothing special. You can just build it in your way or however you want to build. As you can see here, sometimes it's actually problematic to make these kind of structure because we don't have 1 by 1 meter wall. So that's one thing I actually don't like that much. So for the middle part of the structure, here you need to cover it whole up. So actually you can use this angle one, but I prefer make it a slope 26-degree roof and cover it up manually or by placing it as per the clicking shift and all that, and you can make it like that. It actually looks odd slightly, but it is the best result I get. I tried a lot of different way to place the structure, but this roof, but this is the best way I can make it work. So there is some windows or slightly ventilation actually, and we're not going to make individual windows here. For this inside, actually we have to cover it up with this big 2 meter by 1 meter one, and it is slightly problematic. And now 2 by 2, oh, sorry, 2 meter, not, it is 4 meter by 2 meter, and now we're going to place a big beam and we're going to cover it up like that. Actually, for the decoration purpose, the beam actually looks very nicely and blended pretty well with other structure, so you can hide a lot of extrusion by placing it properly. So it's actually works quite well in that way, so you can hide a lot of mistake by placing them. So that's it's coming to become the proper building. It actually looks quite nice. although it is an incomplete state. So the base actually quite uh, already. So now we're going to place the one structure, this window here. A lot of structure part actually there, so it is really difficult to navigate. Not really difficult, means sometimes it is hard to see what actually you are looking for, so that's another thing. So it works quite well. The structure, the black wood or ash wood, actually the ash wood structure, very nice. And it's actually, if you're trying to build a normal wood structure, you can easily make a very nice looking structure by placing this particular beam or this ash whatever structure. And now we're going to place both side the small door, the new update small door, and we are going to placing the sideways like that. So yeah, there is some gap. Actually, these, if I had one by one roof structure, this wall, I really need that particular piece. The developer should give us that particular piece in future update. Sometimes they do actually. So let's hope we're getting that. So now we're going to placing some stair, this small steep stair, and we're going to place it like that. Place it. It is going to be as per your own way. So actually, it doesn't work that well. As you can see, its snapping point is not that good. So it is slightly inward. I am trying to make a slightly outward version. So placing it manually. So it is going to extrude out. So it's actually looks quite nice. I think actually it looks quite nice. And we are placing the small one here. I think it is going to be obviously it is a long video, but I think it's around 4 hours, 4 to 5 hours in totality. So it's quite big. Normally 4 to 5 hours video is really hectic to do, and editing, a lot of editing required to make it actually work, because we need, or we have to make a video around 20-30 minutes, and there is a huge number of part we have to delete. So that's the problem. Now we can place this structure, this design actually from, we can place it here. So we can place two side by side. So I have to delete that. So like that we can place it. And now this smaller one, this vertical one, we can place it down here. It's actually looks quite nice, and because it is also included from the Ashland, so it's actually works quite well. Now we are going to use this particular particular part, and we are going to make some design on the top of that structure. So by placing this big beam and this column side by side to make a particular design, as you can see, H-shaped structure. Now placing both of them, and now we are place one structure here. This actually looks quite nice. And similarly we are making the side wall, not the, both side actually. We make these particular design uh, by placing this horizontal beam and then vertical column, and it actually looks quite nicely. It's actually sometimes they actually make a problem. And we are going to erect these column like that here, and placing the top portion like that. And it's actually there is some gap in between. I think I can make it up like that. Yes, there is some problem. Okay, leave it. Now we are erecting this particular structure, and we are going to erect this particular column all around the building. So it is similar thing. So I'm not going to repeat again and again. So if I do that, actually it's the video going to be hour long. So it is going to be similar process. Just follow the same thing here. I think there is some problem actually. The elevation is not proper. I think there is some difference here. Okay, nice. Now it's actually working. Now we have to just continue, I think. Okay. Actually, I'm really worried about this last piece, but it's quite nice. So we make up this front arch, and we're going to snap this roundish looking roof, and not roundish looking. It is a round roof. It's actually quite nicely fit with the structure. And now we put some beam, small beam, and this portion, this round one, and yes, actually snap quite nicely. Put some light here. Now for the other part of the structure, we have to make these similar to the front part. So we are going to cover it up with these pointy looking column, and leave it that way. And yes, I have to delete that. So it is almost done. This part of the structure almost done. Now we have to just fill the gap in between, and make some other adjustment here and there. Main structural work actually done already, so you don't have to worry about that. It's up to you how much detail you're going to put. As you can see here, you can make it a big throne room. It's actually quite nice thing to do, because this kind of structure either used for any kind of religion work, or for purpose for the kings and all that. That's for the throne rooms and meeting room or anything like that. So normally you can make it a big open area and a huge throne room. Or if you Norse mythology supporter, then you can just make it a room for the. So, okay, actually there is some gap, so I have to cover it up with the small one, and placing this small beam and the small arches, and to make a bridge on the top of the tower, of the top of the extension. And we use actually this small angle to looks slightly like a supporting structure. It's actually looks quite nice, and the lantern actually works quite well here. So for that reason, actually, we are going to place a lot of lantern inside the building, because I'm not going to put a lot of blizzards. So I have to put fuel in it, like every time I come here. On the top of the structure, there is this iron beam, so you can just go there and just cover it up with these small stone structure. And this is almost like the final part of the video. So we're going to make extended part of this build, and we're going to make some separate room for the road and all that, as you can see in this trailer. Obviously there is some minor adjustment I actually done in later video, but it is not that important. You can just make it on your own and change it according to your need. You can make this part bigger if you had much bigger place, but this particular area is not that big, so I have to just think about my space. So that's the almost build. I think that is a final build. Obviously I'm going to make it a lot detailed, and if you wish, you can make it make some changes. You can make some changes in the size or height or anything in that particular way, but also trying to remind that it's up to you what you're trying to build and where you're trying to build, because for this structure you need a lot of material. So obviously you're not going to make it in the real gameplay world. You can just make it for fun, and obviously this kind of structure obviously not needed in gameplay. It is absurd to use these huge amount of structure to make a base. It's not practical. So now I'm using mod here. As you can see, it is place all mod or whatever it is. I only use 2 mods, so that's the thing, I think. So if you like this video and my boring dialogue, you can hit the like button, and if you wish to subscribe, please subscribe, and see you next time. Bye bye.